Software development is shifting rapidly away from isolated, single-turn prompts and moving toward massive, integrated execution chains. In this environment, artificial intelligence executes complex, multi-step workflows autonomously across your terminal, editor, and browser. Welcome to OOTO, the out-of-the-office investigation. Today, we are dissecting the exact mechanics of modern application and content production. Navigating Google Studio AI requires strict professional planning, rigid decision trees, and deliberate actions to yield usable results. The developer tools rolling out of campuses like this one are designed to replace isolated coding tasks with full-scale architectural management. Your prompt engineering strategy directly dictates whether these tools build a functional product or completely crash your local development environment. Right now, developers are struggling with unstructured vibe coding. Throwing vague instructions at a large language model without setting boundaries results in chaotic, hallucination-prone applications that fail in production. To solve this, we will break down the Google AI Creative Studio. We will map exactly how Notebook LM, Flow, Gemini, and Anti-Gravity interlock. We are tracing the pipeline from raw, unstructured data all the way to a fully orchestrated multi-agent application. Mastering this pipeline provides the technical bridge required to transition from a manual developer to an autonomous solution architect. We start at the beginner tier, the foundation where we establish strict epistemic boundaries. Approaching Google Studio AI with a rigid project outline dictates the quality and functionality of your final build. Large language models suffer from a hallucination gap. If you let an agent execute code autonomously without a tether to absolute truth, it will invent dependencies and break your architecture. Notebook LM serves as your first line of defense. It acts as a closed boundary, ensuring the AI only references the exact documents you explicitly provide. This diagram shows the required ingestion ingredients. You upload your raw text archives, historical references, and specific field data directly into the system. During this ingestion phase, your prompt strategy must be highly descriptive and completely devoid of industry jargon. Descriptive, plain language prompting tells the system the exact boundaries of your truth, preventing it from pulling in outside assumptions from its broader training data. The system synthesizes these distinct, isolated facts into a unified, grounded mental model. Without this initial grounding, deploying a multi-agent orchestration team becomes a massive liability, destined to corrupt your final product. This brings us to the intermediate tier, where we translate that grounded research into working prototypes and generated assets. You're listening to OOTO with research by author Paul Bulow. To build applications iteratively and efficiently, your prompt engineering plan must be designed for structured output. This flowchart illustrates the Get Shit Done, or GSD, framework. We take the grounded research and formulate a structured product requirement document. That document allows us to convert raw text into structured video and audio logic. We then feed the product requirement document into Google AI Studio's build mode, which acts as the engine for generating our full-stack prototype. Running on Gemini 3.5 Flash, the system outputs the code in a strict JSON structure, guaranteeing it is formatted correctly for professional production environments. Concurrently, tools like Flow process the raw generative outputs, images, audio, and text, into standardized, cohesive assets across a node-based canvas. The industry is aggressively pushing these specific prototyping environments to the forefront of modern software development. The intermediate tier serves as the necessary bridge, transforming abstract, grounded ideas into testable, structured code and media assets ready for final orchestration. Moving into production, we must explicitly define the constraints, APIs, and limitations required to build an application capable of running effective routines. Anti-Gravity 2.0 provides a centralized environment for managing a multi-agent development team. Here, you execute advanced prompt chains and establish model context protocol connections, allowing your local agents to securely interact with external cloud services. However, allowing unchecked autonomous execution is a massive financial and structural liability. Generating code at nearly 800 tokens per second means an unguided agent can write thousands of lines of flawed logic before you even notice, compounding errors instantly. This chart breaks down resource consumption. Google allocates baseline quotas that refresh every 5 hours, backed by purchased AI credits for overages. If agents enter a flawed logic loop, they will blow through the baseline and rapidly consume your AI credit buffer. To mitigate this, you establish an iterative versioning process based on quantitative goals and forced qualitative code review stops. You require explicit user authorization, verified through artifact walkthrough reports and screen recordings, before the agent is allowed to continue execution. True expert orchestration relies on deploying specialized subagents for the front-end, back-end, and QA, while the human architect maintains absolute control as the authorization gatekeeper. This graph maps the efficiency of automated distribution against the necessity of human authorization gates. Professional production is not achieved with a single prompt. It requires structured tiers, deterministic strategy, and systemic iterative development. Cognitive science dictates that large language models must have strict grounding architectures, like NotebookLM, to remain factually accurate. That grounding ensures your narrative remains consistent across episodic workflows destined for multiple platforms. You're listening to OOTO, with research by author Paul Bulow. With the foundation set, you can leverage high-end 4K visual and 32-bit audio capture through both desktop and mobile workflows. This professional capture is sliced into optimized short-form structures using the orchestrated pipeline we just built. These developer tools exist within the reality of massive, heavily engineered corporate infrastructures. The future of the Google Studio AI pipeline relies on an exact balance between automated capability and human control. The AI builds the environment, but the human dictates the constraints.